Good morning, children. Today in English language, we will be learning all about adverbs. But before I go to adverbs, let us have a look at the verbs. We all know what are verbs, right? We have learned that in our previous lessons. Verbs are action words or doing words. And examples of verbs are eat, sleep, dance, run, kick, play, hit, sit, stand, all these are verbs. So let us have a look at the verbs first in these sentences here. The first sentence that you see here, children, is the giant laughed. Now pick out the verb over here. The verb in this sentence is laughed. The second sentence says Jaya did the sums. Which is the verb over here? Did. The third sentence says Ruchi spoke to her brother. The verb over here is spoke. So words like laughed, did, spoke are showing some actions or they are doing words. So they are verbs. Now children, let us move on to adverbs. Adverbs are words that add more meaning to verbs. We know what are verbs like laughed, did, spoke. Yes? Now when it adds more meaning to those words are called adverbs. Let us have a look at the examples again. The sentence, the giant laughed. In this sentence, laughed is the verb. Now to find the adverb over here, we must ask ourselves the question, how did the giant laugh? So the giant laughed loudly, the giant laughed noisily, the giant laughed angrily. So all these words which describe how the giant laughed are adverbs. So in short, loudly, noisily, angrily are adverbs. The second sentence, Jaya did the sums. The verb did. How did Jaya do the sums? Jaya did the sums neatly. Jaya did the sums carefully. Jaya did the sums slowly. These words, neatly, carefully, slowly, describe how the sums were done. So these are called adverbs. Let us have a look at the next sentence. Ruchi spoke to her brother. The verb spoke. How did Ruchi speak to her brother? Rudely, politely, or softly? These words also describe the verb, so these are known as adverbs. So these words, loudly, noisily, angrily, neatly, carefully, slowly, rudely, politely, softly, are adding more meanings to the verb and therefore they are called adverbs. Let us now find the adverbs in these sentences again. Yana danced beautifully. The verb over here is danced. And how did Yana dance? Beautifully. So the adverb is beautifully. Number 2, the soldiers fought bravely. The verb over here is fought. You ask yourself the question, how did the soldiers fight? Bravely. So bravely is the adverb. Ravi sat quietly. The verb is sat. How did Ravi sit? Quietly. So quietly is the adverb. The children played noisily. Played is the verb. How did the children play? Noisily. So noisily is the adverb. Mr. Sharma spoke rudely. Here the verb is spoke. How did Mr. Sharma speak? Rudely. So rudely is the adverb. And last, the dog barked loudly. Here the verb is barked. And how did it bark? Loudly. So loudly is the adverb. So children, if you look at the adverbs here, you will notice that all the adverbs here are ending with the letters ly. Loudly, noisily, angrily, neatly, carefully, slowly, rudely, politely, softly, beautifully, bravely, quietly, noisily, rudely, loudly. So children, those were the adverbs which ended in ly. But all adverbs, children, do not end in ly. So let us now have a look at those adverbs which do not end in ly. On page number 67, children, you can see there are example of adverbs which do not end in ly, and those are fast, yesterday, and here. Now, to find out the adverbs in a sentence which do not end in ly, you will ask yourself the question how, when, and where. Let us look at this first sentence first. Rahat ran fast. How did Rahat run? Fast. So we have found our adverb fast. Rahat ran yesterday. When did Rahat run? Yesterday. So we have found our adverb yesterday. Rahat sleeps here. Where does Rahat sleep? Here. So we have found our adverb here. So very important, children, whenever you are looking for an adverb in a sentence, always ask yourself the questions how, when, and where. On page 67, we have exercise A, which says, fill in the blanks with suitable adverbs chosen from those given in the bracket. The sun shines dash. How does the sun shine? Lightly or brightly? The adverb is brightly. So you write brightly in the bracket. Put the packets dash. Where shall I put the packets? Here or high? Here. So here is the adverb which you will write here. How did Varun hit the ball? Varun hit the ball dash. Hard is the adverb. So you write here. Neeta sat dash near the stage. Where did Neeta sit? There or often? The adverb is there. So you can say Neeta sat there near the stage. Sentence 5. Ruchira sang dash. How did Ruchira sing? Sweetly or neatly? The adverb is sweetly. The kite was flying dash in the sky. Where was the kite flying? High or low? High in the sky. How did the man shout? The man shouted dash. Loudly or silently? Loudly is the adverb. Aman will come home dash. When will Aman come home? Yesterday or tomorrow? The adverb is tomorrow. Aditya wrote dash. How did Aditya write? Sadly or neatly? Of course, neatly. The soldiers fought dash. How did the soldiers fight? Slowly or bravely? Bravely. Rohan ate dash. Hungrily or badly? How did Rohan eat? Hungrily. Tom came home dash. When did Tom come home? Tomorrow or yesterday? Yesterday. This brings us to the end of the exercise on adverbs.